Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl here, Bex21, and I'm back at it on my health channel. This is another video. This is part 3 of my Healing PCOS series. This is just a video for a guide that kind of just, it helps you guys explain to you guys how I got my period to normal with little to no pain, and it's only 4 days. So if you want to know how I'm helping heal my PCOS, then keep on watching. So guys, I'm gonna get right into it. You know, when it comes to health, I just like to get straight into these things. I want to tell you guys about my experience with my PCOS and how exactly that I've healed it and actually fixed my period, got my period back on track. I know when it comes to PCOS, we have such a hard time with periods. My periods used to be 7 days from the beginning, pretty much, since I was a child. We ate a lot of dairy, meat, a lot of hormone-based products, I ate a lot of preserved foods and things of that sort. I didn't really have a healthy childhood at the beginning, but later on we kind of grew to it, and then I decided to become vegan, and then I stopped being vegan. It's just a lot going on there. So my period this whole time has just been pretty negative. I had a really negative connotation when it came to my period, and I just didn't appreciate it for what it is. So that kind of just brings me to my first point, is you kind of just have to appreciate your period, appreciate your body. This is a time for cleansing. This is a time where you're more spiritual, where you're more in tune. Your instincts and your intuition are way more on point. It is a true gift from God, okay? It is a true gift from our creator to have a period. You know, you're ridding your body of toxins, you're ridding your body of those emotions and those heavy burdens. A lot of us store our trauma in our womb, and I think that's a big part of hormonal disorders, is we carry these, mostly abandonment. If you notice, a lot of women who have PCOS tend to have a lot of abandonment issues, tend to have parental figure issues. I'm not trying to bring up any trauma, so I'm not going to go any further than that. I know I have those issues, and definitely I've carried those things along with me, and once I started releasing those things, I felt so much better. So I want to kind of help you guys with that, and this will help you appreciate your period so much more. During the full moons, a full moon was just yesterday, which was February 9th. By the time you guys are seeing this, it'll probably be a new moon or about to be a new moon. But during the full moon is a perfect time for release. So what I like to do is I like to get a piece of paper, and I like to write down, you know, if I feel somebody hurt me, or if I feel betrayed or backstabbed or whatever, or I'm just hanging on to something. Like, okay, my mom passed away when I was 16. You know, that's something really hard to deal with, and she kind of hid it from us, so it was kind of like a shock to us. So, you know, that's something I wrote down, and I wrote her name and saying that I forgive her, and it was hard for me. I also put birthdays as well. That's very important. So if you know the person's birth date, if you know time, even better, make sure you write that down along with whatever. And then after you're done with this, you fold it away from you 3 times in a little square, okay? Then safely, let's not start a fire, let's not be crazy. You're gonna go ahead and burn that piece of paper. I have these little things that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So this one actually has candles in it. This is just a bunch of wax from the candles that, you know, never got used up. So I have little burners, and I burn these on them. But I put the little envelope in here, I sit it outside, and I light it. Whether, oh, I'm a little out of breath. Whether I use a match or, you know, anything, and I set it outside. It gets very smoky, so you want to be careful. If you can't do that, you live in a household or something like that, then try and, you know, do it by a sink. If you have to do partial by partial, then go ahead. But I definitely recommend that you put it in something like this, because if you don't burn the whole thing, I do notice it doesn't effectively work 100%. So burning the entire paper if you can, and anything, whether it's a fireplace even, that would be even better. Please do this safely. Do not start any fires. You know, this is at your own risk, so I don't want anybody suing me. That's one way to help rid yourself of burdens. And after you do this, you just say, I release it. I'm no longer carrying this. I'm no longer holding this. And I like to say, and so it is, it's done. That's just what I do, and I walk away. And literally the next day, you feel so freaking good. You have no idea how much better you feel. Even if it's something that you can't really forgive or get rid of right now, it's still good to have that intention. And every full moon, just keep trying to release and keep trying to process that and get by that. And eventually, you won't have that anymore. Definitely something that I recommend to everybody, and definitely helped me a lot as far as stress, because carrying these burdens causes stress, and that's a no-no for PCOS. You want to make sure you're trying to get rid of that. That brings me to my second point, is removing toxic people from your life. You know, sometimes you just have to cut off communication. Sometimes you have to hit that block button. Sometimes you have to set those boundaries for yourself, for people. You know, that's all about self-love and self-care. A lot of these relationships are toxic because people can't hold themselves accountable. I might trigger some feelings and emotions when I say that, you know, but it's true. A lot of people can't handle the things they do. A lot of people cannot hold themselves accountable because they haven't even realized, they haven't even got to that step of acceptance yet. How can you be accountable if you haven't reached acceptance? There's no way. So these people are still in the early processes of healing, and a lot of times they carry these hurts and burdens and they project them on you. I know I'm going to church right now, okay? Let me get some gloss on, because so when people carry these hurts and burdens for too long and they don't release them, they like to project this shit on you and project their feelings, project things, or they react to you because you can represent a mirror for people. So you can represent those things in people that they don't like within themselves, or the things that they can't accept, or the things that they want to be. And a lot of times that triggers people and triggers their emotions, and they take it out on you. And it's okay to cut communication. Who cares if it's family? Don't talk to them. Nobody told you it's okay for a family member to be abusive to you and accept that. Ooh, something random just fell. Must have been a ghost, because I must be on my shit right now. It's not okay to accept hurt and burden. Your mental health, yourself, your sanity, your body, your health is more important. And if people are causing you stress, block them out. Don't hang out at their house. You know, I've had to do that before, and I don't care if anybody doesn't understand that. I love me and I come first, and my health comes first. Once you take that first step, who cares? You know, they can talk about you for so long. They can keep doing shit for so long. Eventually, they're gonna have to get over it. What are they gonna do? You know, that's why I own a taser now. Clack, clack on that ass, okay? Sometimes that's better than fighting. That's less stress. For me, less stress for my body. Clack, clack, bye. You know, I bet you won't come over my house anymore. Like, you know what I mean? So don't feel like you have to deal with these things. Now, if you're young and you're a child, then maybe you have to wait. But if you can, save your money, start a YouTube channel. And, you know, that's another video that I can get into later on. But make sure that you guys are, you know, taking these things into initiative, whether it's friends, whether it's a boyfriend, whether, you know, it's a parent. A lot of times you don't have to accept this abuse. I know this firsthand. My father has multiple mental disorders, and I've had to deal with that a lot of my life. So I completely understand firsthand toxicity and having to deal with it, because you're kind of back in the corner and you don't have a choice. So I know it's not always easy, but when you can, get out. Simple as that. Number 3, the main thing that I use to really help boost and get my body back is drinking a lot of water. I noticed, especially during my cycle, if I drink like a gallon, a little over a gallon of water, my cycle's a lot easier. It flows better, get less cramp. That's just something super simple, super basic. You know, I always say drink water. It's really good for your cycle. The thing that I recommend for water is that you guys drink natural spring alkaline water. So this is the water that I drink. There are acceptable ones. How you know if an alkaline water is acceptable is if it says spring water on the ingredients list on the alkaline bottle. If it says anything else, any added electrolyte, that's not naturally alkaline. If it's a natural alkaline water, nothing needs to be added to it. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Drinking that before, during, and after your cycle is definitely going to help replenish you, definitely going to help aid with cramp and things of that sort, bloating as well. It helps decrease all that. Make sure that you guys do that. The next thing that I did to help my cycle, and this is like the key component, if you guys don't listen to anything else that I say, this is probably, besides the trauma, the number 1 thing that's going to help you with your cycle. I think we're on number 5. I'm messing up because I'm saying number 1. But you guys need to stop dairy consumption. Let me say that again. No more dairy. Stop dairy consumption. My period has never been this bomb, never been this less pain, never been light, never been little to no cramp. Like I said, I appreciate my cycle. I love when I have my cycle on. Who says that? Because I don't experience what everybody else experiences anymore, because I stopped the dairy consumption. You know, when your hormones are already thrown off and then you go ahead and put more hormones in that's just gonna continue everything. Dairy has a chemical in it. I will be doing another video on this further, but here's the chemical name here, and it's actually linked to period cramps. So why the fuck are you guys eating this? Again, I will go into depth more into it, but that is one of the things that actually causes your period cramp. So if you don't eat dairy, then how are you gonna cramp? Now there's many vegan cheeses. My favorite is chow cheese right here. It tastes really good. It tastes natural. I love all of Whole Foods brand, the 365 cheeses. Those are my favorite out of everything. I do have Daya a little bit, but Daya kind of tastes a little processed, so it's not my favorite. Sometimes I do eat vegan cheeses. I don't always eat vegan cheeses, but you know, sometimes you want to grill cheese. And if it tastes exactly the same, then what is the point? You know what I mean? I be making animal fries up in there, okay? With the cheese that I make. You can make cashew cheese, you can make all kinds of cheeses, okay? It's not that hard work. All you need is a blender and to soak the nuts overnight and add them in a blender, and boom, you have cheese sauce, okay? Don't say that you can't do it. Don't say you gotta have milk. You can have almond milk, you can have oat milk, you can make that shit at home by yourself. yourself. You don't need the fucking dairy. It has extra ingredients in it to make you addicted, because those ingredients are made for the baby cows to drink the milk so that way they can be strong. So they do put that addictive element in there and that chemical in there, and that's why people want milk. You notice you give it to kids and then they start asking for milk all the time because there's an addictive agent to it. It's really disgusting. And I also want to mention that milk is pussy. There is about, I think it's about 30, I don't know, I'll put the percent right here. That's how much pus is in there. There's actually people who dye milk for a living, okay? So you guys won't see the pus, you won't see the redness. Of course, if you live on a dairy farm and you have really healthy ass cows and you do your whole thing yourself, then duh, you're not gonna have to worry about it. But if you don't do that and you buy store-bought milk like everybody else and buy these cheeses, all of that has pus in it and blood. That's nasty. Why are you eating that? You know what I mean? Like, that's dairy is a whole nother video in itself. But if you don't do anything, do that. That's gonna save you guys your cramps. It's gonna save you guys your bleeding. It's gonna shorten your cycle as well. And if you guys want to get pregnant, it's also gonna help you with that. To be a little more fertile, of course. I mean, getting your cycle back to normal, you're gonna be more fertile anyway. My next thing that I've helped to get my cycle back on track is taking black cohosh. So in my last supplements video, I told you guys about black cohosh. So black cohosh has been used for many and many of years. It's definitely something that a lot of people use still now today. If you kind of do basic research, it's not gonna really tell you anything. You literally have to pick up a book and look at it. Everything online is just gonna say, oh, it's menopause, because hormonal disorders are a big profit for the pharmaceutical industry, and I will keep that there. Trust what you want, okay, but I suggest you pick up a herbal book or something. And black cohosh helps stabilize your hormones. It helps your hormones balance. So keeping your hormones balanced is just gonna help with your cycle in general, okay? The next thing that I'm going to suggest to get you guys back on track is that you guys stop using tampons. Okay, I made a video about this a while ago. There wasn't many views. I think there's like 100 and something views, which I don't wear, okay? It's not like a basic educational video. I'm just telling you about my history, and then I tell you why you guys should use pads over tampons. For one, there's a lot of chemicals in these tampons, and you're shoving that thing up in there every freaking month. First of all, you're shoving a foreign object up there, because the only thing meant to be up there, let's be honest, is a pee-pee. If we're being honest, that's the only thing that's necessarily meant to be up in there. Ain't no fingers, ain't no toys, ain't no nothing, just the wee-wee, okay? So why are you putting anything else in there? First of all, your cycle is meant to rid your body of everything. You cannot rid your body of things if you have something stuck up there all day, okay? First of all, I know 99% of women don't even change them that often, okay? There's a few anal Virgo women out there, and then I'll probably say some Sagittarius women. I'm joking about the signs. I'm joking. But seriously, like, a lot of women do not change tampons as often as they should. And sometimes there are those instances where you don't have a choice, and I completely understand that, you know, because I've been in those situations. But, you know, you guys need to be you guys should be changing these frequently. You should be going through about 5 to 6, actually, you guys should probably go into 8 tampons a day. And at that rate, you might as well use pads, because it'll become more expensive. It already is more expensive. I know a lot of people don't like to wear pads because they slip and they slide. First of all, they slip and they slide because you're supposed to be wearing cotton panties. That brings me to another point, but I'll get to that in a minute. You're supposed to be wearing cotton panties, and pads are made for cotton panties. They're not made for nylon. They're not made for nothing else, because nothing else should be on your cootie cat. That's number uno, okay? Wearing cotton underwear during your cycle. Pink has the best cotton underwear, honestly, for periods. I know that's so weird, but I love to wear their stuff during my period. I use Hanes as well, but cotton underwear should be worn to help with the slipping and sliding. This is the brand that I use. Again, in that other video, I tell you guys a lot more information. I'm just gonna keep it at that. If you guys want more information, make sure you go watch that video, because it's very informative. It also talks about my experience. But now we're gonna talk about the underwears. You know, you guys, number one, shouldn't be wearing underwear all the time. And when I mean wearing underwear all the time, I mean like specifically when you're sleeping or at home or something. You know, for me, I'll wear shorts and no underwear at home. I'm at home, you know, that's fine while I'm walking around, because your cootie cat needs to breathe. You guys be wearing everything and it be so tight like this, it start getting sweaty and nasty, and then now you guys got infections and stuff like that, you know. Let's say you go to your boyfriend's house, you wearing something all tight, y'all be doing the thing, and then your thing is already sweaty, and then you put on something tight on that, and then you have to wait an hour or two before you go home. No wonder why you got heavy cramps. Your punani is like, girl, what is you doing?
Are you dumb?
No. You know, you guys cannot do these things. So I recommend while you're sleeping, don't have anything on the bottom. Not always, okay? Sometimes, you know, you're cold or whatever, but occasionally you guys need to let your stuff breathe, okay? Don't wear constricting clothes if you can all the time. Let it breathe. Don't wear jeans all the time. I mean, if you have to, you have to, like especially for work, but don't wear jeans all the time. That's definitely not good for your cootie cat. It needs to breathe, and being in a space like this all day is not gonna help your cootie cat. Make sure you're wearing those cotton underwear though when you have to, so it's not so much frictioning. Your punani's breathing as it can. I definitely recommend wearing skirts, dresses, flowy pants like the yoga pants, kind of like the hippie stuff like these ones. Those pants really help your punani breathe. And wear your leggings. When I wear my leggings, I don't wear no I'm gonna be honest, I don't wear no chonies. Occasionally I do, but I usually don't wear anything because I just let my breathe, and I don't care if they're Forever 21 and you can see the booty crack, you can see the booty crack. I don't care. My don't stink though, okay? And that's another thing, it's gonna help you with that odor. Another thing that I realized has helped me a lot with my cycle and making everything balanced. Now I recently started juicing, but before I got a juicer, I was actually making smoothies. So I was eating a lot more fruits and vegetables daily. Definitely raw form is the best thing. You know, your punani love fruits and vegetables, and your man will too. And I'm just gonna keep it at that because this is a PG channel. And if you don't know, ask your friend. She'll I'm sure one of them will know, okay? There's always that one friend. But it's really gonna make your stuff smell a lot better. If you're having issues, there should be no smell for one, but you'll notice secretion is a lot better. Your stuff gets juicier, you know, especially during, like before, during, and after your cycle. Like those 3 weeks, like that's crucial for you to be eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. It's also gonna help with your digestion, so the bloating's gonna go away. And this is something that's definitely helped me with my bloating. I rarely bloat now because of that. I mean, of course, if I eat something like potatoes, then yeah, I'm gonna bloat, but besides that, I don't bloat. That's another thing that's helped me with my cycle, is eating more fruits and vegetables just in general, besides juicing and everything. Actually having that with every meal or every other meal, eating a lot less processed foods, and actually cooking my foods at home. That's something that's very important for your cycle. You don't want to be eating a bunch of fast food because of how it's cooked, you know, the energy that people be putting. Think about, y'all ever work fast food or had a friend, like y'all ever remember their energy and how they're all like, I'm tired of that fucking place, okay? They do this, they do that. Like, y'all don't think about that, you know? And you eat that energy. Energy doesn't die, you know? For people who really believe in that. I mean, you know, some people will just not get into that, but you know, you guys want to be making your own food, so you know what it gets put in there, you know what ingredients are in there. The less processed, the better. If you can avoid cans and things like that, as best as you can. I know it's not always easy. I don't always avoid cans either, because sometimes it's just easier than to soak some beans overnight and cook them for 2 days, okay? I'm just as guilty, but you know, we want to try and limit all of that use with processed food. So another thing that helps me, that has helped me with my PCOS, is in a video that I posted here about me taking a shot a day. So I take that shot every day. I'm going to not talk too much about it because I made a whole ass video about it, and I did some research and stuff. So I'm gonna leave that down below for you guys to watch. But this has helped me the most, almost. Like, this is definitely top 5 up there. Make sure you guys go watch that video. Make sure you guys do it, and make sure you guys get it, okay? I found that Vaughn's has had it and Sprouts has had it. So that's where I picked them up at. Stater Brothers used to have them, but they stopped carrying them at my location. They might have them at your location, but definitely make sure you guys do that every rising. When y'all get up, do that first thing. It's going to help lighten your period so much. It's amazing that that little thing can do that, okay? So y'all take them shots in the rising, okay? So I know this next thing is like a little TMI, like, but you know, it is a part of my journey, and I've noticed that it's helped. How I normally get rid of my hair, okay, there is that I use Nair. So I use Nair on the outside, never on the inside. I'm always very careful. I use like my phone or a camera of some sort to actually see what I'm doing, mirror, whatever. And then a couple days later, after it's not so sensitive, I'll get the inside, like, or the areas on the lip portion, and I'll just shave that regularly. But I noticed, again, this is TMI, when I usually do that every month to like 3 weeks, depending on the hair growth. Sometimes I wait a little longer, but recently, the fact that I've waited a lot longer, like 2.5 months, I noticed that it's helped my period. And I know the Nair is not a good product. I know that it affects you, and something being so close to your genitalia isn't the best thing to be putting on there, okay? It's a lot of fumes. It's bad for you. I'm gonna switch to sugar waxing. I'm actually gonna try that, and I'm gonna film a video very soon on my main channel. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Bex21, my main channel, and I'm gonna try waxing my stuff for the first time with the sugar wax. So I don't know how that's gonna go. so I'm really nervous about that. But I want to switch over to more natural products that don't really affect me like that. And that brings me to my last point is you guys really need to watch the products that you're using, especially household cleaners. Household cleaners affect us the most when it comes to hormonal issues. I have a smaller bathroom, and my boyfriend made a pact that he cleans the bathroom when it's my turn and I clean the kitchen for him when it's his turn, because the chemicals can be very strong in there, and you know, it does throw off my hormones. It affects me, it makes me start cramping almost instantly. We want to make sure that we're switching out these products naturally, and even hair care, facial care, makeup, all these things can actually affect us. So I recommend the app Think Dirty. This is not sponsored, but you can type in or you can scan a barcode of any product and it'll actually give you a rating on whether that product is safe or not to use, what chemicals are in it, what chemicals are harsh. And I realized that so many of my products actually affect your hormones, and I'm like, oh wow, like I'm really using these products. So I've recently been making my own products. I've made my own bath soap. I've made a lotion, but I actually have Alden using the lotion. I like to make my own products, try and use the most natural things that I can. So like black castor oil, African shea butter, olive oil, you know, all these things. But again, I make my own soaps and things like that. So anything that I'm soaping down there with, mind you, only the outside. We don't soap the inside, only water, okay? Only water, because that's gonna throw off your hormones and your pH balance. But you know, I put you know, the soap there, and that's gonna help you not absorb those harmful chemicals that are in soaps. If you look up Dove, if you look up, I think it's Carefree is the brand, there's all these have hormonal things in them and they don't tell you. You know, regular hair products that you use, your body is soaking up these hormones every single day. So the less hormones you put in an already off balance system, the less issues you're gonna have. I recommend that you guys go ahead and download the app Think Dirty. It's free. All you have to do is make your little account. I hate doing that, but it gives you so much information and it's so worth making an account. Definitely go ahead and look up Think Dirty and get that. I hope everything has helped you guys. Go ahead and leave anything down below in the description box if you guys have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, anything else. Of course, there's other things that you can do to help your hormones and help balance your hormones. I mean, you know, but that's why I'm making this a video series so you guys can see everything. Tomorrow when I get up, I'm actually going to be filming a what I eat in a day video so then you guys can see. I'm cooking my own food and everything like that. I already have some prepped juices and stuff. You know, I'll tell you guys everything that's in them. I definitely recommend juicing, especially in the rising. It's life-changing experience, okay? To juice in the rising, your stomach will thank you, especially somebody who has PCOS. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.